Hello everybody, it's King Koopas here, and we're back for some more War and Diamonds Carmen Sandiego, or Carmen Sandiego's Great Chase Through Time. When we last left off, we just completed the, I think it was the American one, where we had to rewrite the Declaration, and we're going to begin the next case, because I have an idea of which it is. And I am not leaving my computer until I finish this game. We're almost done here. There's only like 4 more cases left, if I remember correctly, so let's do this. Let's begin. Yes.
Next stop is the early 19th century. Lewis and Clark should have crossed the Rockies by now, but instead, they seem to be stopped in their tracks. Better see if you can get them moving again. Once again, you'll be exploring unknown territory, so I'll send Rock Solid as your good guide. Good luck, and watch out for rattlesnakes.
I love time travel, but I'm getting tired of resetting my watch. Ah, the great outdoors. It looks like we're in North America, where the Missouri River emerges from the Rocky Mountains. It's 1805, and we've run into the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Are you sure those journals aren't in the saddlebags? How could we let someone nab our notes like that? What are we going to do?
I've told you I searched those saddlebags a dozen times. Blast the luck. We'll never cross the Rockies without those notes.
And none of my Shoshone kin are nearby to help us.
Say, it sounds like someone's pilfered the pockets of these pioneers.
Alrighty, let's let's examine stuff.
Those are peace and friendship medallions. They're gifts for the Indian chiefs we'll meet on our journey. In a pinch, they're great for trading, too.
President Jefferson gave us the medallions. He's eager to learn about the Indian tribes west of the Mississippi.
Lewis and Clark brought a large, diverse group of explorers with them. They carried light canoes over the mountains, but had to leave that big ship behind. I'm sure not going to carry it.
See your mountains.
Those are the Rocky Mountains, the backbone of North America. The Rockies are like Carmen Sandiego, beautiful but tough when you try to cross them.
President Jefferson just bought a huge tract of land from the French at a bargain price. The deal was called the Louisiana Purchase. It was a real steal.
You know, we're talking about Carmen Sandiego, though I'm sure there's a sexual innuendo there I could have made, but I'm not clever enough.
Ah, visitors. By chance, have you crossed paths with a journal-toting thief? Our life's work has been lifted.
My name is Lieutenant William Clark, one of the leaders of this expedition.
And I'm Captain Meriwether Lewis, the other leader. We're in charge of the group you see here, called the Corps of Discovery. The Corps was formed by President Jefferson to explore the land from the Mississippi River to the shores of the Pacific Ocean.
Excuse me? I think you've been out here in the wilderness too long. Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, and now he's the president.
You know, I think this is one of the few cases where, you could actually see progress from the previous case made in the next one. That's pretty interesting, actually.
These peace and friendship medallions were given to us by President Jefferson himself. We hope to trade them with Indians in the mountains, but without our journals, we can't take another step.
Sure, you can find a route through the Rockies for us. And since you're willing to stick your necks out, take this medallion to trade with any Indians you meet.
I don't know why, but the way they talked there just sounded really cocky. He said, sure you can. It sounded so cocky, I don't know why.
Those journals contain all our notes about the untamed lands west of St. Louis. The observations in those journals are invaluable because folks back east don't know much about the West yet.
He went west through the mountains. The journals he snatched also contain advice from local Indians on how to cross these mountains. Without them, we're between the Rockies and a hard place.
We can't risk the Corps without those journals to guide us. Except for our guide and translator, Sacagawea, none of us have ever crossed such a great and dangerous mountain range.
Okay, now let's talk to Sacagawea.
Greetings, strangers. You are welcome in our camp. My name is Sacagawea of the Shoshone tribe. Lewis and Clark hired me as a translator and to help guide them through the mountain wilderness. I grew up in these mountains with my people, so I know of many dangers. On the steep cliffs, you must skirt the surly bighorn sheep. Avoid the strong current of the river. Most of all, beware the hungry bear. I have many memories of growing up in these beautiful mountains. I remember days spent weaving a tall basket. I also recall the sounds of my brother playing his drum. I later lived among the Mandan Indians on the plains. It was there I learned to make a sharp tomahawk. I also learned to make a sturdy moccasin. When I first met Lewis and Clark, they had just completed a long day's travel. They were very tired, and I offered them a blanket. Right away, they were both fast asleep.
Alright, pay attention to the way she's moving her hands and whatnot. Those are going to be important for later on. Anyhow, let's climb the mountains.
Good luck. Don't get eaten by bears.
I'll try.
All right, there's a pass through the mountains. Shall we pass on through? Uh-oh, that ram is in no mood to let us horn in on his territory. What we need is some local advice.
Okay, now, as first thing, we have to get by the ram.
That's a bighorn sheep, also known as a bighorn ram. They live only in the high mountains, so we'll really have to be at peak performance to get around this fella. Whoa, if you think that ram is sore, just imagine how we'll feel if we cross his path.
Let's try to talk to these guys.
Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram.
Okay, this is where the symbols come in. I believe this is the one for the ram. And now if you remember, they're saying that that motion that they made with their hands is what Sacagawea said when she said the word drum. So that means we need a drum to get by the ram. So let's try and trade the medallion.
That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need.
So we want this, a drum.
Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we can use our new item, or trade it back.
Now we want to use the drum on the ram. And look, a first piece of the note.
We found part of Carmen's note. She won't pull the wool over our eyes.
Alrighty, so steal the journals at my behest, then go to where rivers all flow west. Oh, behest. Okay. I'm an idiot. Alrighty, so now we're here. Oh, look, another piece of the note.
All right, Inspector. Who says clues don't grow on trees? That's part of the Carmen note.
It says, if you find you're up a creek, play a game of hide and seek. Okay, again, doesn't really tell us much. Let's ask her. And we want to get by the river, so let's ask about the river. So, she had motion, that means we need an axe there.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to want to go back to the mountain, and we're gonna have to trade with this guy.
That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need.
So let's ask for an axe. And there we go.
Way to wheel and deal.
There we go. Now we can use the axe on the tree.
Great idea. Just be sure you aim that tomahawk at the tree and not at your old friend Rock. Oh yeah. Timber! Good work, Inspector. And thanks to that Shoshone for showing us the way.
Awesome.
Whoa, we can't wade across. The current's much too strong. We need to find a safer way.
Yeah, this tree looks safer.
Stay on your toes. Or at least stay on your feet. We don't want to fall in.
And then the final one here.
Eureka. We've reached the top of the Rockies, and that path ahead leads on to the Columbia River. Great galloping grizzlies. Where'd that big bear come from?
That's not good.
That grizzly fellow's a grizzly bear, one of the largest mammals in North America. Lewis and Clark ran into a lot of grizzlies on their trip and gained a healthy respect for them. They had to if they wanted to stay healthy. Ooh, that grizzly is unbearable.
Alright, so let's ask this guy about the grizzly. So that's saying we need a blanket and then we have to go to sleep, because, again, this is very easy if you just pay attention to what Sacagawea does with her hands.
Indians use smoke signals to communicate over long distances. I wonder if he has a burning question.
Shut up. Okay, I believe we want to go.
It's all down here.
We want to go back here and try trading the axe for the blanket.
That Shoshone woman seems willing to trade. Let's tell her what we're looking for.
Alright. And there she has it.
Way to wheel and deal. Stay on your toes.
And now we want to go back here and use the blanket on the bear.
I see what you're getting at. Okay, watch this. Way to go. With that bear gone, we can continue west to the Columbia River.
Awesome.
The water flows east and west here, so we must be at the Continental Divide. All rivers east of the divide flow east, and all rivers west of the divide flow west. So let's go with the flow.
Oh, please.
Westward ho, let's go. But first, let's head back east and round up the core of Discovery. We're back. We found a terrific route through the Rockies.
Was your journey difficult?
No.
Oh, we just had to grin and bear it. Come on, let's load up the portable boats. It's smooth sailing from here.
It's amazing how easy that case actually is if you know what you're doing.
We've reached the Columbia River. Now Lewis and Clark can float by boat the rest of the way to the Pacific.
Yeah.
Looks like the core of Discovery crew is planning the final leg of their journey west. While they prepare, we have a thief to snare.
You can also hike back to the Rockies if you miss like a note or something.
Every year, salmon leave the Pacific Ocean and swim far upstream to the place where they were born. Now that's what I call being homesick.
I keep examining.
Hey, dig that dugout canoe. Native Americans made dugout canoes by burning out the insides of cedar or pine logs. Maybe they should have used ash trees.
Oh, that was so bad. I think it gave me cancer.
That boat's been rigged with a small sail. It's like being a mini Columbus on the Columbia River. That there's a plank canoe. It's made by nailing together planks of wood. Those are the Nez Perce Indians. They helped Lewis and Clark later in their journey. Over there's a fine example of a hewed canoe. They're made by chopping out the interior of a log. That looks like a reed canoe. Didn't you hitchhike on one of those in Egypt?
Anyhow, the final piece of the note.
Hey, that's the third and final piece. This letter will spell trouble for a thief, if we can figure it out.
And the final piece is, keep your vile plans afoot concealed within a Nez Perce boat.
I'll fire up the time cuffs.
Now, to be honest, I do not know what this one means. Conceal within a Nez Perce boat. I honestly do not know, but I know where the thief is hiding. I know it's hiding in the dugout canoe here, so I'm going to assume that's what they mean by a Nez Perce boat. Can't really explain this one, but I know that's where the thief is hiding. At least I remember that's where the thief is hiding.
Say, that dugout canoe is the Nez Perce style boat mentioned in the Carmen note. Back to Acme Jail for you, Baron, and you won't get away a second time.
You've got me grounded, but you'll never get a beat on Carmen's high-flying plan.
Congratulations once again! You rebusted the Baron, learned to speak with your hands, and led Lewis and Clark to the Columbia River. Thanks to you, the wildest part of the western U.S. is well on its way to being tamed. Great going! But there's more lawlessness in the very near future, Time Inspector. Can you move on to a new case right away?
Alrighty, and that was case 16? I don't know. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. We're going to continue the next case, and I don't remember what the next case is. So that's going to be fun. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. Let's see you next time.